Most of the time today when people say they're on their grind, they overslept, they're laying on the couch and they're eating cereal. That is not what it meant in my day, and that is not what makes people successful. I've seen people who are on their grind. I've seen Steve Harvey's on his grind. I've seen people on their grind. What on the grind really is a work ethic that would blow your mind. It would blow your mind. I'm 60 years old, and everybody who works for me is younger than me, and they'll tell you, I'll work you up under the table. I'll work you up under the table.
My body doesn't get the best of me. I got to get the best of you. You're in a race. It is not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon. You got to run, not till you get tired, but till you die. You got to work, not until somebody comes to take your place, but work till you die. Faithfulness is not starting and stopping. It's being involved in it even when you don't get any credit for it. Because we can get twice as much done if we quit worrying about who got the credit. I'm not looking for credit. I'm looking for a reward. It's not about credit because it's about reward when you stand before God.
Rather as a wolf. In the morning, devour the prey, and in the evening, divide the spoils. Notice the time clock there. In the morning, you devour the prey while you're young. In the morning, you should devour the prey. In the evening, you should divide the spoils. If you don't devour when you're young, you'll have nothing to divide when you're old. Hear me, people. In the morning, devour something. Throw your whole self at something. You'll never know what you can do and what you can be until you throw your whole self at it. Devour it. I mean, devour it. Don't try it. Devour it. Attack it. Attack it like you're going to kill it. Devour the prey. And in the evening, you divide the spoils. We have it backwards today. We want to divide the spoils in the morning. So we're blinging when we ought to be devouring. Don't worry about whose name you wear when you're young. Worry about your name.
There's so often times where people, they get told no or they hit an obstacle and it's game over for them. They're just done. They're done training. They're over it. Almost nothing will happen the way you want it to if you don't force it that way. Right? You are coming against a powerful force, the enemy, nature, time. There's all kinds of things that are going against you. It's a losing battle. And if you don't use force of will, then you're not going to get it done. You have to be aggressive and make things happen. You can start to think with an aggressive mindset, which is, I am going to take action. I'm going to overcome obstacles. I'm going to push through roadblocks. I'm not going to take no for an answer. Being aggressive from this perspective isn't how you're acting. Yeah. It's the decisions that you're making. What it means is you need to make things happen.
I spend all my time building my dream. So when I get some time, I can live my dream. But people always try to figure out too many ways to have fun along the way. Getting to success ain't fun. It ain't fun, man. I'm telling you right now, it ain't fun at all. Now, when you get there, you can reap some of the fruits of your labor. But on the way to success, it ain't fun. It's a grind. It's a dog grind.
And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard. But you've got to say, I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. But you know it's going to be hard, but find out what will make it worth it for you. And if you want to do anything worthwhile in life, you've got to be hungry.
There is an old person down inside of you that's dependent on you to be smart. It's the person you're going to be 30, 40 years from now. Do not disappoint that person by being foolish through the strongest years of your life. And then when your back is out and your knees are swollen and you can't move around, now you're out there going to get your grind on now? It is the message you tell yourself. I'm tired, I can't do that, I don't feel like. What we become what we say to ourselves.
What are you doing today, right now, that's going to matter? It's going to have value, it's going to have some meaning. What are you doing today that's going to be the evidence that you were here, that you're alive? Right? How do you know you were here?
If you will change, everything will change for you. You don't have to change what's outside. All you've got to change is what's inside. To have more, you simply have to become more. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Start working on yourself, making these personal changes. I want my craft to get better, my business operations to get better, the things I do to get better. Because once I picked up this simple formula, I'm telling you, it's easy to figure out where the problem is if you go to work on it.
See, most people go through life, without purpose, without passion. They don't wake up on purpose, right? They go through life mechanically, just paying bills, going to work, taking care of the kids. And that's all stuff that has to get done. But at the same time, you have to add something else to that. It can't only be about that. What you're doing to get by, what you're doing to stay alive. That it can't be about that. There has got to be something. It doesn't have to be big. It can be small. Something that is evidence to you that says, I was here. All right? So find something you want to do. Find something you love to do. Something that gives you some energy. Go through life with some kind of passion. And that passion is the way you know you're alive. Right? You know you're alive, and other people know you're alive too, because when you're living life with that kind of an energy, that kind of an atmosphere, people want to be around you. They want to get close to you. They want to know who you are. Don't live life like a lot of people who go through this thing again mechanically and just like, people who don't know they're alive, right? You see, and a lot of people don't know they're alive until something happens, until some pain or disappointment shows up. But you can go through life feeling alive by doing these kind of things that leave graffiti in your life, right? That leave a mark. That's what you want to do. You want to live that kind of life.
You work hard on your job, you'll make a living. If you work hard on yourself, you can make a fortune. If you would have known me at age 25, you would have said, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You'd have known me. You'd have said that. I'm the guy, I don't mind coming a little bit early, staying a little bit late. I don't mind that. You'd have said, well, Jim Rohn's a hard worker. You say, well, how come he's got pennies in his pocket and nothing in the bank and behind on his promises? Well, I was a hard worker, but I was working hard on my job, not on myself. Make yourself more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, you can so dynamically change your income, and economics is the least of the values that you can start earning in terms of equity if you'll start working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work hard on yourself and develop the skills. Work hard on yourself and develop the graces. All of the stuff necessary to become more valuable to the marketplace. I'm telling you, your whole life can explode into change. Promotions, no problem. Becoming more valuable to the company, I'm telling you, no problem. Money, no problem. Economics, no problem. Future, no problem. Just go to work on the right thing. Not get things out there to change. Don't try to change the seed. Don't change the soil. Don't change the sunshine. Don't change the rain. Don't change the mix of seasons. Let the miracle of everything that's available work for you, and start working on the inside. Work on your philosophy. Work on your attitude. Work on your personality. Work on your language. Work on the gift of communication. Work on all of your abilities. And if you'll start making those personal changes, I'm telling you, everything will change for you.
Most of the time, we don't have someone there to keep us in line, to make us do push-ups and give us a good, swift kick in the ass when we slack off. What we have to do is we have to be our own sergeant, to hold the highest standards and allow no slack.
Your problem is you start something, you stop it. You start something, you stop it. You feel good, you do it. You don't feel good, you quit. People who do stuff consistently and on time, they surpass people who talented and gifted.
All men are created equal. Some just work harder.
And the problem with some of y'all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours. I don't owe you a dime. It's your dream. If you want it to happen, get your butt up and make it happen. If you want it to happen, rise and grind.
If you want it to happen, you're going to have to do what I do, and that's get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And you're going to have to act like you got all the energy in the world. Why? Because this is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today.
Every decision you make, the decisions you make on Monday, the decisions you make on Tuesday, the decisions you make on Wednesday, if you decide to hit the snooze button, what you're doing is you're 10 minutes away from your goal now. You just went backwards. So whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are, whatever your destiny is, your decisions have to be in alignment with them. Now, if you want to be broke for the rest of your life, keep doing what you're doing. But if you want something different in life, you got to do something different. You got to go all in. And mental toughness says, not only do I climb that doggone mountain, I enjoy climbing the mountain. I get a kick out the mountain. I get a kick out the weights. I get a kick out of going up against the number one team. I get a kick out of fatigue. I get a kick out of the grind. I get a kick out of it.
When you want to become a diamond, your whole attitude change, your whole mindset, your thinking, your relationship, the decisions that you make, how you spend your time, your energy, all of it changes. See, this is something that you can't be in this business. This business has to be in you.
You take advantage of this opportunity. You let everything else go. You eat different. You study different. You practice different.
It's one thing to talk about your destiny. It's one thing to dream about your destiny. But it's another thing to wake up when you know you're supposed to wake up, to say no to that party, saying no to quitting when you still got 100 more shots to make, saying no when your body said stop, but you put in 50 more push-ups. You can't just talk about it. You gotta be about it.
Yep, it's tough. It's hard. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to sacrifice. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to grind. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. But I can tell you this. It will be worth the sacrifice if you can grind your way through it.
Because the enemy knows when God is about to bless, he'll always send some mess to stop you from getting to what God wants you to have. I'm wondering if there's anybody that had to go through something to get here. I mean, things that make no sense, things that are totally ridiculous, things that are painful, and you had to just say, Lord, I'm going anyway. See, you got to be an anyway child of God. You can't be a good weather, fair weather child of God. You have to make up in your mind, I'm going anyway. I'm going to serve him anyway. I'm going to trust him anyway. I'm going to praise him anyway. Broke, busted, and disgusted, but I'm still going to praise him. I have to eat out the grocery store, but I'm still going to praise.
I'm going to praise him anyway.
Touch somebody and say, I'm going to praise him anyway. For those of you that don't praise or don't worship, you think that the people who are praising God are praising God because they got new Porsches and Mercedes and Cadillacs. You think they're praising God because they just eloped and got married. And you think they're praising God because all their kids are making straight A's. Wrong. They're praising God anyway. Through the storm, through the rain, through the struggle, through the test, through injustice, through pain, through malfunctions, through aggravation, they're anyway saints. They're going to praise God anyway. See, when it all boils down, every fight you're in is really a faith fight. You think it's a financial fight, but it's not a financial fight. It's a faith fight. You think it's a fight with the car dealer. It's not about the car. It's a faith fight. You think it's a fight for a position on your job. It's not about the position on your job. It's a faith fight. Ultimately, you don't even have to open your mouth to fight this fight. You just got to grit your teeth, calm your resolve, stand on the promise and say, devil, come hell or high water. I know that God said he's going to bless. I don't know, maybe it's just me that had to go through something to get here. But if anybody else is in a faith fight, touch somebody and tell them I'm in a fight right now. I'm in a fight right now. I'm in a fight right now. I'm shouting in a fight. I got dressed in a fight. I drove my car in a fight. I was shaving in a fight. I came in the world fighting. I'll fight till I leave. I After a while, it'll all be over. I need some radical person in this room. Is there anybody radical in this room? Somebody tell them I'm coming out of this. It may not look like I'm coming out. It may not sound like I'm coming out. My situation may not reflect that I'm coming out, but I'm coming out of it. Oh, you got to preach to yourself. You can't wait on no TV chicks. You got to preach yourself. Preacher, all of that sounds good. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Why y'all jump up like that? See, I would act dignified if y'all would act dignified, but you all are the ones that keep messing me up. You know, I'm trying to act intelligent. We got all these important people here tonight. The rabbis are here. Dr. Jesse Jackson is here. I'm supposed to act like I got some sense. I'm trying not to run over what would I do? You know you're not supposed to run in no crowd like this. Y'all got to mess me up tonight. See, some folks have faith as long as things are looking okay. But things were not looking okay for Eve, the woman of faith, who was looking for the seed to come through her. She said, well, I think it's going to be Cain. He was acting like he was crazy. Have you ever thought God was going to bless you from this place and it shut down on you? And you had to turn your faith over here and say, well, maybe it's coming from over here. And it shut down on you. You said, maybe it's coming from over here, and it shut down. Oh, I need to talk to somebody that's had some doors slammed in your face. Some folks that's been fired and rejected, and the loan was denied, and the grant wasn't approved, and the board resigned right in the middle of the building project. I need to talk to somebody who had everything shut down.
My heart is broken, but I'm back. I made some mistakes, but I'm back. I wish I could go back and change some things, but I can't. But I'm back. I'm devastated about what happened, but I'm back. I'm uncertain about the future. I don't know where it's gonna go. From here, I'm a long way from home, but I'm back. Now, what I picture in my mind is today, thousands of people who have gathered to hear this message online or in person at every location. And I see you getting up from the failure and the shame and the regret that has kept you paralyzed, and taking your stand in the gate of praise and entering his gates with thanksgiving. I wish 70 people would jump up on your feet right now and shout at the top of your lungs, I'm back! I'm back! I'm back! Let the devil know I'm back! Let condemnation know I'm back! Let my past know I'm back. I'm not perfect, but I'm back. I don't have it planned out yet, but I'm back. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, but I'm back. High five everybody you can reach. Tell them I'm back.
It takes you a long time to come into a full understanding of your purpose and your destiny and where you're supposed to be. I will never forget when I took my son got ready to go to college, and the last thing I said to him before I left him is, don't you forget who you are. Because you can easily forget who you are, surrounded by other people and what they say and what they think. I wanted to remind him, I grounded you before you left. You know who you are. There's no doubt about who you are. You didn't come to the school to find out who you are. You didn't come to the other classmates and students or the people in your building to find out who you are. You don't have to climb in the back seat of a car to find out who you are, and you don't have to drive drugs up your arm to find out who you are. I told you who you are. Even when you don't look like it, don't forget. It's a benefit I have, my Father. I named you, I told you, I prophesied over you. You know who you are. Anytime God tells us something about ourselves, it is because life will often contradict what God tells us. God doesn't need to tell you you're healed if you feel healed. God doesn't need to tell you you're blessed if you feel blessed. The word of the Lord comes to you to give you glimpses, to remind you that in spite of the evidence, in spite of the circumstances, in spite of the situation, don't you forget who you are. You're healed. I don't care what the lump says. I don't care what the teacher says. I don't care what the doctor says. I don't care what the accountant says, the bookkeeper, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. I'm telling you now, you're healed. The problem with Moses is Moses had forgotten who he was. He had forgotten the strange circumstances surrounding his birth. Everybody knew who he was but him. He was born on the hit list of hell because even the demons knew who Moses was. Hell was searching for him when he was still in the crib, trying to terminate him, trying to kill him. All the hell's angels knew that Moses was coming, and a death decree had gone out to destroy him. If it were not for the wisdom of his mother hiding him, he would have been destroyed. She had to hide him. She had to be stealthy. She had to put him in the bulrushes. She had to build an ark around him and put him in the Nile. And she had to do extreme things because of who he was. But 40 years had made him. The prophecy over his life, being nursed in the breast of a Hebrew mother, raised in an Egyptian palace, eloquent and articulate and educated, as it were, well-spoken as it relates to languages. He could adapt to multiple cultural understandings of himself because he was by blood a Hebrew, but by experience an Egyptian. God had groomed him for greatness in obscurity, but trouble made him forget who he was. Trials and tribulations made him forget who he was because he did not feel like a king or a prince or a liberator. In fact, he felt like a criminal. He was an outlaw on the run from a wicked Pharaoh who was trying to kill him because they said Moses was a murderer in his life. It's one thing when they talk about you and what they said isn't true. It is so easy to defend yourself when there is absolutely no truth in what they say, but when there is an element of truth, he said, perhaps they are right. Moses had fallen through the abyss thinking perhaps they are right, and he had ran from Egypt, the place where his destiny was to be unfolded, and he had hidden in the Midianite camps with Jethro on the backside of the desert and said, I'm through with you. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to take care of sheep. He had forgotten. 40 years on the backside of the desert, living a life of mediocrity, trying to fit in with them and they, and us and we, and never really recognizing that you were meant to be exceptional, and you were never meant to fit in. You were never meant to be one of them. They were never meant to like you. They were never supposed to accept you. There was a reason they rejected you. God allows rejection to be a ministry so that you don't fit into mediocrity and you're crying over something that God has rejected because he has a better plan for your life. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I feel like I'm talking to somebody already who tried to fit in over here and tried to fit in over there and tried to fit in everywhere. And you said, Lord, I don't fit anywhere. Moses didn't fit anywhere. He couldn't rest in his mama's tent and he couldn't stay in the palace. And now he's on the backside of the desert trying to fit in with the Midianites. And the truth of the matter is, he wasn't one of them either. He wasn't a Midianite. Not really. And he wasn't an Egyptian, not really. And he couldn't fit in with the Hebrews because he had never lived like a slave. Even though he was related to them by blood, he was disconnected to them by experience. God always uses misfit people to do extraordinary things. I wish I had some misfits in the room. I wish I had some oddballs in the room. Some people that people just didn't like. They just, no matter what you do, they don't like you. You change your hair, you change your clothes, you change your walk, you change your talk, and no matter what you do, you never fit in. Stop trying to fit in. God never designed you to fit in. He designed you to stand out. He meant for you to be different. He set you apart. God has a plan for your life. I said, God has a plan for your life. I said, God has a plan for your life. I love you right back. I love you right back. I'm the chairman of the Misfit Club. Yeah, but there's advantages in being a misfit. The Bible said the stones that the builder rejected has become the chief cornerstone. I want you to start being happy that they rejected you. Be glad that you don't fit in. Be glad that they never call you back. Be glad that they talked about you, mistreated you. Be glad that even your own family doesn't like you. Be glad about it. Rejoice in it. God has a plan for your life. Don't you forget who you are.